everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Yadi and this is Yadi Angel Art. Today I'm going to share with you guys a mini art haul of a few things I got from Blick, and I even have a few bonus items to share with you at the end. So let's get started. This box is way too big for me to have open on my desk for the whole video, so I'm just gonna move it and just share each item with you. I know it must seem ironic that this is like a mini art haul and I have a box bigger than my desk, but you'll see why that's the case. So for my first art supply, I'm just gonna show you guys this little T-square ruler I got. It's like a junior ruler, so it's like very small. I just really wanted to try it out for my arts and crafts stuff. So another thing I got was, zoom, your nose focus, was this soap for brushes. I've never really used brush soap before for my brushes. Since I mostly work with watercolor, I just kind of rinse them and wipe them off with a little bit of soap to get rid of any color. But I do have this brush that I've wanted to try to use for a long time. This is not a part of the Blick purchase, but I believe this is a mix of natural hair and synthetic hair, if not just natural hair. And I thought I'd heard somewhere that you needed to use brush soap to clean those specifically. If you guys know anything different about that I'm getting wrong, please let me know. But yeah, that's why I got this brush soap. So this item I'm really excited about. It's covered in plastic, but it's the Daniel Smith Watercolor Ground in titanium white, and I've mentioned this in a video before that it's like a really cool product where you take this stuff and you rub, you kind of paint it onto any surface at all, and it makes that surface able to accept watercolors. So you can basically paint watercolors on any surface that you put this on, and that sounds really awesome. I have a few projects in mind that I really want to try out with this. I also got this this pen and ink set. I thought it would be really cool to practice inking with like one of these types of pens, a quill pen. And yeah, I got like a really cheap set to get started. I thought it'd be really nice for my inking if I practiced it like this. Oh wow, okay. These came in a separate box, so we'll open them together. So I try not to cut myself on screen. There we go. Yay! So these are oh, okay, wait, let me get the plastic off. I think you guys can kind of see already. These are Karin Brushmarkers. That's the brand, and they are water-based markers, so they are water soluble. And I also mentioned these in a video that I really wanted to try them out. I ended up getting sun and tree colors, just to try and spice things up a little bit with the colors I get. And I also got same brand. Gosh, I use a lot of plastic. Karin Brushmarkers, same brand, just two different colors, because I noticed that these are mostly yellows and greens and oranges, so I thought a blue and a red might be a nice addition to that. But yeah, I'm so excited to give these a try. And it even came with a little how to use them book. That's adorable. Sweet. This is also plastic, so it might be a little shiny. But I got a core watercolor paint set. I've heard a lot of really great things about this brand. This is the first time I will be trying them out, so I am so psyched to see how they are. I got the high chroma set because again, I'm trying to avoid like essential basic sets because I kind of already have that for a bunch of other watercolors. So I figured if I'm gonna get these expensive, they're also expensive if you haven't looked into them before. They're pretty expensive. This was like 30 bucks for like 6 paints. But if I was going to be spending so much money on one of these, I figured I might as well get some fun colors that I can play around with. Oh my god, this is heavy. So finally, the reason that my box was humongous for such a small number of supplies was this chipboard that you can hardly see. But basically, I wanted to get chipboard to put this little dry erase poster onto because I live in a rental house and I didn't want to just put this onto the walls and then possibly like ruin the paint or anything. So I got this chipboard to put it onto, and it had to match the exact sizing as the poster paper. And yeah, this is like weirdly nicer than I expected it to be. I was mostly just looking for something that fits the size. I wasn't really looking for quality, but this was like $2 or $3 and it's like actually really heavy. I'm very surprised and pretty impressed. Not to end on like a weirdly not quite artsy note, I have those 2 other bonus items I wanted to show you. Okay, so this item is, I'm calling these bonus items because I didn't get them from Blick, but it's just like a few items, so it wasn't enough for me to be like, Blick, and? But yeah, I got this from Amazon, and it is an Academy watercolor paper pad. And I heard such awesome things about this, I just had to try it. So this one artist that I follow, she mentioned that this quality paper was up to par with like the Arches watercolor paper. And if you haven't heard of Arches, it's more of a professional grade watercolor paper, and it's very expensive, and it's what a lot of the more professional artists use for paintings that they plan on selling, like originals of. So she did a little comparison of this and the Arches paper, and they were like comparable. It was really cool because this was like way cheaper than an Arches paper. And I really wanted to test this out with my fluid paper, which is right over here. You guys have seen it, but I want to show you anyway. Come on. Okay. So I want to compare this to this because this is my go-to paper, and if it's better, then I can switch. And I also just thought that would be cool for you guys to know about, so maybe I'll do a video on that. Oh, and I did not expect this at all, but it also came with this little thing, and it's supposed to be like something to help you peel out the paper, because this paper came in like a whole block that's like glued together on the sides. So this is supposed to help you get under there and then like under there and then break it out. So how cute is that? I was not expecting that. Oh, here's a little diagram. So cute though, right? So there's that. And then finally, I got this. Ironically, not exactly like a super artsy thing, but might be cool for you guys to look to see. nonetheless, it's basically a reusable notebook. So I've noticed a lot that in my work, I take a lot of notes, and I've been going through a lot of books, notebooks and all of that, and I wanted to find a way to be a little more eco-friendly. So I saw this online. I got it off of Amazon too. And the idea of it is that you can write on it and it'll have a little QR code on the bottom of the page that you can like take a photo of and find those notes digitally, and you can have that digitally, and then it's a reusable book so you can wipe it clean and keep reusing it. It is quite ironic to me that this is all about being eco-friendly and reusing things, and they sent it to me in like a huge plastic wrapper that does not appear to be recyclable. So I don't love that, but I hope that I can save a few more trees with this. So let's try and get some swatches. So I started off by trying out the quill pen and ink, and that ink I think is really gorgeous and very dark and black. It also says that it's waterproof, which is perfect for what eventually I'm hoping I can practice it with. I'm hoping I can improve my line work with my watercolor paintings. So this is going to be perfect for that. I can put it down before I even start painting and it won't be affected by water. Now I put down some lines to kind of try and practice very quickly, some thin and thick lines and a few dots here, try and see how everything worked. I definitely want to keep practicing some more, but this was just like a super quick thing to show you guys. Next, I tried out the Karin Brushmarkers, and oh my goodness, are they beautiful. The colors are so bright and pigmented, and I tried to blend out the red with water and it didn't blend out fully, but I definitely want to keep experimenting and seeing how far I can push these, because when I put down the blue and I put down some water, it like blended into the water really beautifully, very seamlessly almost. So I definitely want to keep playing around with those. And I've seen these brush markers used a lot for lettering and I am very much a beginner in that, but I thought, you know, I might as well show you guys how that looks and try it out very quickly. And my angle was a mess because of where the camera was and where the paper was taped down, but I thought that this was a really fun thing to try, and the pen felt very smooth, and I think it felt very good for lettering. Next, I tried out some core colors. Oh man, they are beautiful. They are also highly saturated, and the paint, when I opened the tube, came like pouring out, like it was like stuffed with paint. So I very much appreciate that, although it did scare me because I didn't want to make a whole mess of this blue paint. It blended very beautifully with the water. I really liked the saturated color and then the blended out colors. I also really only used a little bit of color to paint for a lot. So I am very grateful for that, since these are pretty expensive. I know I can just use a little bit of color to still get very saturated paintings. And lastly, I did try to kind of jot down what each of the swatches were with my quill pen, and it's a little painful to watch. I definitely want to keep practicing with that. It was like catching a lot and I was really struggling with getting this to work. So if anybody has any suggestions for where I can look to get started on how to work with these quill pens, please let me know. And I do plan on saving the rest of these colors to swatch for the future. I'm sorry if that's a little bit disappointing, but I just really wanting to save some surprises for both you and me for when I do like when I do some fully experimenting projects on each individual art supply. So more is to come though, for sure. And that's everything that I have for you guys today. I hope you had fun with me. If you did, please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next Saturday for the next one. Bye!